Hey y'all, in today's video, we're going to be doing Laraya's hair. It's going to be a cute and easy kids knotless braid style. So maybe you can try it on your daughters and maybe this will be helpful. I'm also going to be using new products. So I use this new gel. I've been seeing people talk about it on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Honestly, I wasn't too impressed by it. And then I'm also going to be using this hair for her braids. So let's get into the video. I like to put my hair up on these thumbtacks. I got these thumbtacks off of Amazon. There's some little clear thumbtacks. When I pull the hair for knotless braids, this is how I do it. Very simple. I just wanted to show it just in case you were wondering how I prep my hair, how I pull the hair. This is how I do it. Very simple. I like this better than like putting the hair on a braid rack because that just takes too much time. I just like to pull the hair as I go, and this makes it faster for me. This is Laraya's hair. So my baby's hair has came such a long way. When she was a baby, she was bald, and it took Laraya's hair a little while for it to fill in. And in the back, it just grows in short. And where you see that spot in the middle, she had to get staples in her head, and it affects the way her hair grows like that. But since I've been doing knotless braids, it's helping it get some length to it. So we're gonna be doing knotless braids on here today. So this was my first impression with the gel. At first I was very impressed because the gel smells very good. It smells like oranges, and it was holding very good. And as you can see, it was holding her hair in really good. Even the short pieces were laid down nice and flat. So I was impressed by that. But I did the first row off camera. Now when it comes to parting, you want to just keep the comb nice and flat to the head. And you also want to make sure that you're cross-checking. In the back, I'm only doing 4 rows. And these are kind of like a medium large size. So I chose to go with this size for the parting because I didn't want Raya to have too much braids in her hair, and it worked out perfectly. So like I said, just make sure that you're cross-checking so that you can make sure that your parts are even on the rows. And just remember that as you're going along. So on the first row I have 3. I believe on this row I made either 3 or 4, but what you want to do is just make sure all the parts are laying in between each other, which I'm going to get into when we get to that part of the video. Right now I'm cleaning her part up because when you're doing knotless braids, you want to make sure those parts are nice and crispy, especially when the parts are going to be larger than the braid. Those parts need to be super crisp because that's what people are going to see first. And you want to make sure that your baby is looking cute, okay? So my review for this hair gel, at first I was like, ooh, I might have a new gel, until my baby's hair started turning white. Now when I use my lock-in gel, I don't have to deal with their hair turning white or leaving a residue. But with this product, it left a lot of white, like just a lot of white residue in her hair. So that's why I give this like a 7 out of 10. As far as it holding, the hold is great and it smells amazing, but I'm just not a fan of white residue at all when I'm braiding. And I'm just thankful this wasn't like a paying client because my baby's hair was white and I was having to like oil her scalp for like a couple of days to try to get the whiteness out. But if you're using this product, just be careful with that because it does turn white. And I've seen some people on Instagram saying how they didn't like how the product turned white, but I just wanted to try it for myself. And yeah, it turned white on me. On this row, she actually had 4 braids. I said 3, but she had 4. But like I said, you just want to keep on laying the braids in between each other, and that's going to give you that nice and full look. Even when you're doing big parts and smaller braids, just make sure the braids lay in between each other, and yeah, it's going to give you that nice and full look. But as far as the gel, I probably won't purchase it again. I did keep it in my like product cabinet just in case like I was to run out. It would just be an extra gel, but it wouldn't be on my list of top gels just because it turns white, because no one wants their hair to be white. But it holds pretty decent, and yeah. So for the base of her hair, I'm just going to be putting the gel all around. Like I said, my daughter, sometimes it's hard for me to lay her hair down with certain products. So the fact that her hair laid down easily with this, that was good. So as far as like the holding factor, I give this product a 10 for the hold, but I just don't like it turning white. So I'm going to start feeding the pieces in, and I'm going to be using small pieces. Really, when I do feed-ins for the knotless braids, I like them to be all the same sizes, and I build my braid that way. I want her braids to be kind of like a medium size. Even though the parts are bigger, I want the braids to be a little bit smaller than the parts. And I'm just forming like a C with my fingers, and then I'm feeding it in between my index and my thumb finger. And this is the method that I use with every size knotless braid. My shoulder is only going to be in the way for this one angle right here, but the rest of the video you'll be able to see it clearly. I'm just going to keep on feeding it in until I feel like the braid is the same size as the previous braids. And really, that's how you can get your braids to be the same size all around. Just make sure you're paying attention to the thickness. It should feel the same with each braid. It shouldn't feel smaller and it shouldn't feel larger. They should all feel the same. I also understand that we're in hard times right now. So if you're one of those moms that can't really afford like salon trips, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I will be showing different kid styles on my daughters. I'm trying to get more active with doing their hairstyles because I know it can be helpful for moms who don't have salon visits in their schedule, or you're not able to send your kid off to the salon because maybe they're cutting up and like you can't find a stylist that assists kids. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm going to show you how to hook your daughters up, and it's going to save you some money. Also, if you're trying to become a kid stylist, then make sure you hit this subscribe button, because like I said, I will be demonstrating different kid styles on my daughters when it's their hair days. I plan on recording them and adding that to my channel. So yeah. Now when it comes to kid styles, I no longer offer them as a service, because the last couple of kid styles that I did, the girls showed out so bad. And honestly, I think you have to have so much patience when you're working with like kids outside of family. Now as far as my daughters, they sit still and get their hair done with no problems really. My daughter Lariah, which is the one that's right here, she might fidget a little bit, but not out of pain, just out of like boredom and sitting for a while. But she doesn't get fussy, she doesn't scream, and she actually sits still and lets me do her hair. Now, the previous little girls that have sat in my chair were the complete opposite, so I just choose not to be a kid stylist. So, yeah, no, I can't do it personally, but there are some kid stylists that just specialize in kids braids, and I just want to say big ups to them because it's not for me. So as I'm doing this row, you will see exactly how you can get that full illusion even if the braids are not as big as the parts. You just want to make sure you put in the braids in between each other and you're going to get that full illusion, which is what I love. You know, a good brick layer or staggering the parts. That's going to give you that full illusion even if the braids are not as big as the parts. Specifically for my daughter, I didn't want the braids to be as big as the parts, and I didn't want her to have too many braids, which is why I chose this size parting. So for a braid breakdown, she had 3 in the last row, then 4, 4, and 4. So that's what, 15 braids in the back. So I wanted to be able to have more control with the front of her hair. So that's why I chose to do the ear to ear parting. And I'm doing her middle part. Whenever I do the middle parts, I like to stand in front just to make sure that that part is bust down, straight down the middle. And to do this, you could just make sure you're using the nose as a guide, and always cross check by standing in front. And that's going to make sure that the part is right in the middle, because nobody wants a slanted middle part. Nobody wants a side middle part. No, they want it in the middle, and it has to be bust down. And then I'm going to clean it up with the product, which, you know, you just, if you're using this specific product, just go easy on it, because like I said, it does turn white. Now in the front, I did 4 rows on each side, and then I'll do like a braid breakdown once I like get to that part. But on each side, there's going to be 4 rows of braids. So for a quick braid breakdown, I did 2 braids on the first row, 3 on the second, 3 on the third, and 4 on the fourth. And as you can see, they're nice and full still because I'm making sure each braid just falls in between. Even if your parts are big, still make sure them braids are full, baby. Try to have a minimum amount of scalp showing. So I've been seeing the Bratz line from the Kaleidoscope brand, and I was so intrigued because the marketing was just on point, and then they did their little challenge and everything. So I'm like, let me see what the hype is about, y'all. Honestly, I'll rate the foam a 5 out of 10. As far just with the consistency of it is a 5 out of 10. I would say that. Now, this foam smells so dang on good though, but the consistency just sucked. It was a little bit too watery for me, but the smell was amazing. It was like a sweet type of peppermint. It was a good smell, and it added like a shine to it as well. So since this product that I braided her hair with turned her hair white, I was just trying to put a whole bunch of this foam up there because I saw the shine that it was giving her hair. So it does give a nice good shine and it smells good, but the only thing for me that was like was just the consistency. And then I'm dipping her hair in hot water. Now if you're not advanced like me, make sure you put a towel on that baby so you don't burn your baby's hair. But like, what I like to do when I'm dipping is just keeping the hair away from them until it's cooled down a little bit. But I'm a professional, y'all, and I dip hair 24/7. So like I said, if you're not a professional, just make sure you keep another towel on them. My daughter felt some of that steam, so she jumped a little bit, but I promise you she was fine. And on the beaters, this is how I do the beads. I just load the beater up with three beads. Good Lord, Sheree, get it together and take your time, honey. But I just like to try to make sure the ends are as even as possible. They might not be perfectly even, but I just want them to at least be lined up as much as I can. And then I wrap it around the bottom bead with the rubber band, and I just that's just how I do the beading. Now, I absolutely loved this shine spray. It added a nice shine and it smelled so good. This whole line smells like peppermints, but like a sweet peppermint type of smell. Like, I can't explain it, but the smell of it was so good. Even when I spray it on my clients, they're like, this stuff smells good. So I give this Platinum Shine Spray a 10 out of 10 because it does the job. You see her hair turn shiny, and like I said, it smells so good. Then I also got the Tension Relief Spray with the Kaleidoscope, the Brat line, and that smelled so good as well. This is good. The Funk Defier. This is good if like you braid tight or whatever, or your client might have like a sensitive scalp or something like that. But it's like a soothing scalp spray. My daughter hair, her scalp gets really dry. She has like eczema in her scalp as well. So I got this stuff because I thought that would be good to help her hair from itching. So every day I try to make sure I spray the Shine Spray and this Funk Defier spray. I highly recommend those. And y'all, this was not sponsored at all. I paid for these products with my money, and I just wanted to come on here and tell the gang about them. Just doing a review. That's what I'm going to try to do in more videos now, just review like different products, but it is not sponsored. This was from my little coins, okay? And it was only right that I tried this cute little style on my boo, which looks so cute on her. I wanted a cute little style to put in the thumbnail. And as y'all can see, my girl started feeling herself. Whenever Raya gets her hair done, she starts feeling herself. She's my little diva. And especially when she gets beads, you really can't tell her anything. So I just love how cute this style turned out. I hope you're able to try it on your child. And everything was pretty cheap. Well, no, the products weren't cheap. The Bratz line, I probably spent about maybe $40 or $40 to $50 on those 3 products. The braid gel was about $15. Look at my baby, y'all. She was feeling herself. She's so cute. Yes, mommy's work is stinky, girl. I told y'all, Rye is my little diva, okay? She gonna hit that pose, them duck lips, and the peace sign, baby. She's gonna hit it. So if this video was helpful for y'all, make sure you become a member of the Slay Gang, because we're gonna have more little kid styles coming up as well, more hair content. Also, we're gonna have vlogs and all that other stuff too. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.